journey starts here in the month of September. The sun begins its journey from Virgo. And look what the confirmation is on the right side in Isaiah 7:14. The Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive. So the first thing you want to do is look for the place that the Bible said you'll find the signs. Where does it say you'll find the signs? In the stars. What star is called the Virgin? Virgo. It starts in September. In November and December, the sun enters the constellation called the Cross. It's called the Southern Cross. It's actually called Crux. This occurs on December the 21st, which is the shortest day of the year. And to the right it says, now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour, because in the Bible, when the Christ went on the cross, there was an eclipse. And there was darkness over all of the earth. On December 21st, there's darkness over all of the earth. It is the darkest day of the year because the sun has gone through the cross. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That if this had changed, or this was different, and on December 21st the sun entered the constellation Taurus, the bull, the story that you have in your hand would have been rewritten, and Jesus would not have been crucified, but he would have been gored to death by a bull. 3 days and 3 nights in the tomb, the winter solstice, December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The sun is in the bowels of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. And look what it says in Matthew 12:39 next to it. There shall be no sign given but the sign of the prophet Jonah. As Jonah was in the whale 3 days, so shall the Son of Man be. S-U-N. 3 days, 3 nights in the bowels of the earth. Born in a manger. The son is born between the horse and the goat, between Sagittarius and Capricorn. Thus it is born in the stable. And Luke 2:7 says she brought forth her firstborn son and laid him in a manger. January, February, 30 years after his birth, Jesus entered the water of the waterman John the Baptist. Luke 3:23, Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age when he started his work. And 30 days after December 25th, the sun enters the sign of the waterman, Aquarius. And it says in Matthew 3:13, Jesus came to Jordan and to John to be baptized. So the sun is born on December the 25th, and then it begins its evolutionary process up, and it enters into the sign of the waterman, Aquarius. If you turn the page over, it says in February, March, after being in the water, Jesus selected his disciples from the fishermen. The sun moves into the sign Pisces, the fish. And it says, Matthew 4:19, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. April and May, Jesus becomes the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the world. The sun enters the sign Aries, the Lamb of God that takes away the cold of the winter. When you walk out of here today and you look on the trees and you see the blossoms, and you look and you see the flowers, and you look and you see the new life as it's bursting out on every branch, it is because the sun has entered that which is the Lamb of God to take away the cold of the winter. And you have now entered the point in your life and in your season where you pass over from winter to spring. It is Passover. May, June, Jesus rises to sit at the right hand of the Father, and in the northern hemisphere, the sun goes to the eastern sky or to the right side, and summer comes to all the earth. And in John 1:29 it says, behold the Lamb of God which takes away the sin of the world. And in May, June, in Matthew 26:64, you shall see the sun sitting at the right hand of power. And if you were to look right now astrologically on a cosmological or astronomical chart, you would see the sun sitting at the right hand of power. And then you would look down and you would see all new life bursting forth on the branches and in the bushes and in all places where the life is given on the earth. In July and August, the sun concludes its journey in the sign of the lion, Leo. And in Revelation 5:5, it says, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And then the process starts all over again. Don't you see? The whole story was in the stars millions and millions of years before there ever was a Jesus, before there ever was a Bible, before anybody ever started to put stories on paper. And why do all of the God men come down? Why are they all born of virgins? Because the sun is born out of Virgo. Why are they all killed? Because the sun enters the cross. Why are they all entombed? Because the sun goes into the earth. Why are they all born on December the 25th? Because the sun is. It's created in the universe, and there's a reason for it.